Well, all right. Hello, everyone. It's digital host AJ Wiest here, welcoming you back to Before the Four, the live stream where I go through some of 48's top news stories and then some before our 4 o'clock newscast. I hope you're all having a fantastic Thursday afternoon so far, wherever you're watching Before the Four this afternoon, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, or the 48 Now live stream. As always, thank you so much for watching and spending just a bit of your afternoon here. Now let's begin in Red Bay, where last night a mother and her two daughters were found dead after an apparent murder-suicide at an apartment complex. Now this according to Red Bay Police Chief Jana Jackson. The apartment is located on Eugene and Nixon Circle as part of the Red Bay Housing Authority. After officers responded to the apartment yesterday evening, they made entry and found 3 women dead inside. Now Chief Jackson identified the 3 women as 59-year-old Teresa Sappington, 28-year-old Lita Moody, and 23-year-old Derek Moody. Jackson told 48 News reporter Callie Neese that investigators believe Derek Moody beat her mother and sister to death with a baseball bat before committing suicide. She says a baseball bat and a gun were recovered from the scene. And 48's Callie Neese will have more coming up tonight, so make sure to stick around. But now heading out to Limestone County, where new details emerged today in the case of an Athens woman charged with capital murder in the death of her infant son. Now, Morgan Thornton, that's who you're seeing on screen, had a preliminary hearing today. The lone witness called to testify was Limestone County Sheriff's Office investigator Martin Evans. Evans said he was called to Thornton's house at 1:30 a.m. on August 1st. Evans said in the room where Thornton's son Jonas slept, there was blood on the walls, floor, and a diaper genie. An autopsy showed the boy's death was caused by blunt force trauma. Testimony in court also alleges that the boy's father told another investigator that Thornton woke him up and she said she killed a, quote, demon. Thornton then allegedly led the boy's father to the room where the child was lying on the diaper genie. When medical personnel arrived on the scene and gave the child CPR outside of the house, Evans said Thornton appeared distraught, tried to intervene, and then began shouting. Evans testified that Thornton told the medics that she beat her child 3 times. Now, court testimony on Thursday also revealed that 2 pints of vodka and 2 shooters were found empty at the scene. Results from Thornton's blood alcohol test are pending. Now, the judge ruled that this case has probable cause to be bound to a grand jury. Thornton remains in the Limestone County Jail without bond. And 48's Noah Cowell will have more coming up in our evening newscast, so make sure to stick around. But such a tragic story there. But now let's talk about what to expect weather-wise for later tonight and tomorrow. First Alert meteorologist Jeff DeNoyer with the details. Jeff?
Very good Thursday afternoon to everybody. We knew that the chance of rain was going to go down today, and it would take a little while for things to get going. So we had a lot of sunshine through the morning, got a few clouds mixing in now, but that allowed temperatures to really take off today. So because there's not much going on the radar, we're hot and humid today. There's no rain cooled air like we had yesterday when temperatures were in the 80s all day. So what's happened is we're in the 90s for many locations. And if you're not at 90, you're really close. And plus the humidity is still in check. So like around 100 is how it feels. I'm not really thinking this is a widespread rainy afternoon or evening. A lot of the forecast models backing off on the rain for today, but I'll keep a few isolated storms in through at least the early evening, and maybe you can cool off that way with a stray shower or storm. If not, most of you are going to stay dry. Any storm is out of here early, and then more fog tonight. That could impact your Friday morning commute. 10-day forecast is all about the heat after an isolated storm chance Friday. Saturday and Sunday were mid-90s, feels like 105. There'll be some heat alerts issued for the Tennessee Valley. And I bumped the temperatures up for early next week. It doesn't look like it's going to give up. I mean, we think we go mid-90s Monday, Tuesday, and then a pattern change comes in Wednesday, and that will drop the temperatures back for the end of next week with some more clouds and rain in the forecast. Highs will be in the 80s by Thursday and Friday.
And also, don't forget First Alert Weather Extra. That is always tonight at 9:30, Monday through Friday. First Alert meteorologist Jeff DeNoyer, he'll be back here in the CTV Center, and he'll have all the latest that he is seeing on the radar. And make sure to leave a comment on Weather Extra. Jeff always has a great time with it, and he will shout you out. And speaking of comments, I just looked on Facebook, and I see we have a comment from Beverly. She says, "Hey AJ, watching from Killen." Beverly, thank you so much for watching. It always makes my day seeing you great people here across the Tennessee Valley. Killen, kind of far out there for sure. How are things going out there in Killen, Beverly? But anyway, thank you so much. But now a story in case you missed it. Local elections are coming up quickly. They are now just under 2 weeks away, and some candidates here in the Tennessee Valley are getting creative when it comes to running their campaign. Let's take a listen.
Videos like this.
Hey, what on earth are you doing?
And like this.
I'm a thermostat leader.
May seem like normal run-of-the-mill Facebook or TikTok reels, but they are actually made by political candidates designed to grab your attention.
I'm John Hall, and I approve this message.
Hall's wife, April, who is better known on social media as the Alabama Chicken Queen, has over 50,000 followers on TikTok and Facebook combined. And she told me this is just a resource to get her husband's name out.
Okay, so my joke has been this entire time that people are paying a lot of money for signs to be on the side of the road that nobody's paying attention to. And I'm getting paid to make these little quirky videos that are catching people's attention. And honestly, everywhere we go, people, they'll laugh when they see us walk in and say, "You two are always up to something."
Bill Griffin is running for the mayor in Florence, and you may know him from this video.
I'm a thermostat leader.
His campaign manager, Trevor Dale, says that videos like this have a place in new era campaigns.
If you don't have the credentials, being silly first will disqualify you from a candidacy. So it is a science to this political mess, but there is absolutely a place for silly videos. And I don't know if the human cognition part, you get people to laugh, it locks it into their long-term memory. So there's the science behind all of it.
Dale says the best part about social media is that everyone is on it, and you can reach all kinds of people, just like you and me. Hall told me she hopes these TikToks push the community to get out and vote August 26th. Reporting in Huntsville, Callie Neese, 48 News, on your side.
Very cool story there, and that was 48's Callie Neese, of course, and she gave us a little behind the scenes here in the CTV Center. That was where she had her 4, 5, and 6 o'clock hits yesterday in our evening newscast, but not every day you get to see a reporter back here in the CTV Center, so I thought that was super cool, super creative. It was about TikTok and digital as well, and how local campaigns are using social media and TikTok for their campaigns, but awesome story there. But now we're going to head to break, but coming up after the break, we'll talk about the Madison City School Superintendent asking the school board to extend a tax that's been in place since 2017, and Calhoun Community College offering a degree in social work. It's all ahead. We'll go through it all in 1 minute. All right, well, hello everyone and welcome back to Before the Four. Now heading out to Madison, where the school superintendent is asking the city council to reinstate a tax that benefits city schools. 48's Nick Ballinger with the details on the tax.
The clock is ticking on a Madison City tax in place since 2012 that's set to expire in 2027. The half-cent tax goes directly to the school district.
We need that extended.
District Superintendent Dr. Ed Nichols expressed his concerns during a back-to-school speech before city leaders Wednesday morning. The tax originally paid to build James Clemens High School, giving the district around $3.6 million each year.
We need it all so that we can do $100 million at a minimum of work on our two high schools, or they're going to be overcrowded by 500 or 600 students.
He's not the only one who sees the need for an extension.
Why would you want to not invest in your child's education?
It's up to Madison City Council to make the decision, and not only does Council President John Seifert want to extend the tax, he wants to go a step further.
To me, it's hugely critical. So what we want to do is make sure that we put this in, make it permanent, help the schools go do what they need to do. Every citizen of Madison, for the most part, you ask them, why'd you move here? They move for the schools. So making sure that we maintain and we invest in our number one asset in our schools.
Dr. Nichols says he wants to avoid portable classrooms at all costs. And without renovations to existing schools, he says the district's two high schools will be overcrowded by 500 students in just 5 years.
And now, speaking of schools, Calhoun Community College is now offering a degree in social work. The degree will enable students to enter the field immediately after graduation. 48 Sarah Grace Kennedy, all about it.
Had some interest from our students in social work, and so we started thinking about how could we bring this together in a way that would help them, help the community.
Calhoun's Dean of Humanities and Social Sciences, Donna Estol, tells me that they were inspired to start a degree program for social work after speaking to many local agencies about the need for more social workers in the community. Lawrence Doty, who is a social work instructor at Calhoun, says that less people are staying in the field because social work can be very emotionally draining for workers.
They have a lot of turnover in those positions, I think, because of preparation, they're not prepared for what they're getting into. They feel a little overwhelmed, and so they retreat. And so what we strive to do here is to help them be prepared.
Doty says that she will be teaching her students how to manage stress in the field. A big goal for this program is to provide students with internship experience while earning their degrees.
They get to actually work in the field and see whether this is a field that they really want to do. It's not an easy field. It's very rewarding, but it's very challenging because there's a lot of issues in our community.
Doty says that Wellstone is willing to train and certify those students if they come to work for them after they graduate. The Department of Human Resources is also offering a program where graduates can work in case management.
Workers who are already ready to help, they can step right into those jobs and be able to help people. They'll know what the resources are that are available. They'll be ready to handle the emotional impact of the job almost from the get-go, and that helps the community a lot.
Very cool. And now let's go into the stories you're just not going to want to miss coming up in our evening newscasts. Details on UNA move-in. We'll have more on that coming up. The Rocket City Classic coming back to the VBC this December. Get those details and meet the newest EMS workers here in Huntsville. And these are just a few of the stories you're just not going to want to miss coming up in our evening newscasts. And it is about that time, y'all. It is, of course, time for Facebook fun. And our 48 Facebook question today: what's a skill everyone should have? And what do you think? What is a skill you think everyone should have? Let's see what you all had to say. I said being kind. Absolutely. That's from Ben Hansen. I agree 100%. Aaron said unicycle. Now that would be a very cool skill to have, being able to unicycle. Yes. Mad Dog Mac, he said how to change your car tire. Absolutely. I agree 100% with that. that is something everyone should be able to do, because it's going to happen. You're going to have the need to change a tire at some point in your life. Let's see, common sense, it is becoming extinct. That's from Donnie Hicks. 100%. Everyone should have at least a little bit of common sense, I would say. Bronwyn said money management and basic skills on how to survive, including canning, growing, raising your own food. I feel that, yeah, those are definitely important skills to have. And then Paula said basic math. Now that is one of those skills I kind of struggle with a little bit. I'm still struggling with my times tables, honestly, from things I learned in 3rd grade. Math has never been a strong suit of mine, but hey, we're getting better. I'm working at it. And I feel like I skipped one. Let's see. We said unicycle. We said how to change your car tire. Balancing your finances. That was from Alicia Marie, 100%. That is a skill that is tough to master, but once you do master it, you can become unstoppable, I would say, and not have to worry so much about money, which is definitely something a lot of people have to worry about, 100%. But anyway, thank you all for commenting on today's 48 Facebook question of the day. It always makes my day seeing y'all's comments and seeing what you all have to say. That is just about all the time I have for today's Before the Four. But of course, as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's evening newscast, and you all have a great night.